Most people assume poverty is the result of bad luck, poor decisions, or a slow economy. But behind the scenes, global powers use quiet financial mechanisms that slowly drain your wealth without you feeling the cut. This invisible system works through inflation targets, currency dilution, interest rate manipulation, and debt cycles that pressure entire populations into dependency. You don't see this process happening day by day, but you feel it when your savings buy less, your salary stays still, and everything around you gets more expensive. The trick is subtle. As long as the system looks normal, people accept it. That's how hidden wealth extraction becomes the world's most successful long-term strategy. Inflation is often explained as a natural economic force, but it is also the perfect silent tax. Unlike regular taxes, inflation requires no voting, no laws, and no public approval. It simply eats the value of your money. Governments benefit because inflation reduces the real value of their massive debts. Big corporations benefit because rising prices justify shrinking product sizes and lowering quality. You, however, lose purchasing power every year, even if your salary increases. This slow erosion locks ordinary people into a permanent race they can never win. Inflation doesn't just make life expensive, it transfers wealth upward without anyone noticing. Governments and institutions present debt as opportunity. Buy now, pay later. But widespread debt dependency is a powerful control tool. Nations borrow money they can never fully repay, forcing them to follow conditions set by bigger financial players. Citizens do the same through credit cards, loans, and mortgages. Debt becomes a lifetime companion that shapes behavior, limits mobility, and locks families into cycles that favor lenders. Debt isn't just a number, it's a leash. And those who control credit control the pace of your entire life. When powerful nations print more money, they are not creating wealth, they are redistributing it. Newly created currency enters the system through banks and corporations first, giving them early access to stronger buying power. By the time the new money reaches ordinary people, prices have already adjusted upward. This tactic quietly shifts wealth from the poor to the rich without any direct confrontation. Currency dilution is not announced, but its effects shape every product you buy and every bill you pay. Interest rates are presented as technical tools used to stabilize economies, but in reality they are powerful levers that shape your daily life. When rates rise, borrowing becomes harder, homes become unreachable, and businesses slow down. When rates fall, people borrow more and become dependent on future income that may never come. Big powers use interest adjustments like invisible strings tied to an entire population, pulling behaviors in the direction they choose. You think you're making independent financial decisions, but the real decisions were made long before by policymakers you will never meet. Interest rates don't just guide markets, they guide people. One of the most subtle hidden money tactics is shrinkflation, reducing product size while keeping the price the same. You think you're buying the same chocolate bar, detergent, or coffee, but you're actually paying more for less. Corporations use this tactic because it avoids public backlash. People notice price increases but rarely measure package sizes. Over time, shrinkflation becomes a silent extraction machine that moves wealth from millions of consumers into the pockets of a few executives. The illusion of stability keeps the public calm, while profitability quietly soars. It's not just smaller packages, it's a controlled reduction of your financial power. Digital payments bring convenience, but they also create a perfect environment for financial control. When every transaction is recorded, analyzed, and stored, the system gains unprecedented visibility into your behavior. Cashless societies allow governments and corporations to track spending trends, limit transactions, and even freeze accounts with a click. While digital finance feels modern and harmless, it centralizes power more than any economic shift in history. The danger is not technology, it is who controls it. When money becomes fully digital, your financial freedom depends entirely on the rules set by someone else. The global financial system is designed like a funnel, wide for the many, narrow for the few. Opportunities appear equal on the surface, but access, information, and influence are unevenly distributed. The wealthiest individuals and institutions benefit from early information, lower borrowing costs, and favorable legislation. Meanwhile, ordinary people face rising living costs, declining savings, and fewer upward paths. The game isn't broken, it's functioning exactly as intended. Wealth concentration ensures power stays in predictable hands, preserving a hierarchy that rewards the top while exhausting the bottom. You believe you choose your bank, your payment method, and your financial tools, but most choices are engineered. Markets are dominated by a few giant players who coordinate standards, fees, and policies that shape your options. Competing products often come from the same parent companies. This creates an illusion of diversity while maintaining centralized control. The system doesn't need to restrict your freedom. It simply guides you toward choices that benefit the top. Real freedom isn't having many options. It's having options designed for your prosperity, not theirs. Despite the complexity of the system, individuals can break free by understanding how the game is played. Financial literacy, disciplined saving, diversified investing, and minimizing unnecessary debt weaken the mechanisms designed to keep you dependent. When enough people resist these traps, the system's ability to extract wealth diminishes. The greatest threat to powerful institutions is not rebellion, it is awareness. Once people see the invisible tactics clearly, they stop participating blindly. Knowledge is the only currency that cannot be diluted, inflated, or taken by force.